the dangers that people are, and they are dangerous. The more they get together and the more they just get together, they start getting more and more dangerous. Not only to each other, but they're probably there to bully somebody around or whatever. But they can't really do that to the ones who are uh, basing themselves in common sense. Common sense is very important to know, like what that is. And I would love to open up a little bit of a class about that, just to get our words down and then begin to meditate to find it for yourself, and then see, because there are people that know it naturally. I mean, it's there, it's like duh, but it's like no, but you realize how distracted everybody is, and how that you really need these practices to just well, you have patience for the people that don't have common sense. Um, and I'm going to beat around the bush about that right now. I mean, really, it's a real thing. Of course, meditation is one of the things. If I mention that, to help you. But what is that? And the thing is if the mind ever had an enemy, it's meditation. Um, it's very common. My personal experience. Um, Catholics, ones who are raised heavily on Catholicism, or even, but mainly that was my experience with Catholic, uh, tainted person, um, thinks that meditation is evil. Of course, they think I'm evil, um, but and these people are just fucking flat dangerous people, even to themselves. They're kind of they're. We can get into their little what the Catholics have borrowed, is pretty much, whatever you see sitting underneath there, it's like, whose feet is that? Hi, Jesus, is that you? It's weird. It's like, who's under the church there, being tortured, It's still the good old human being there. Got to, your leader, by the way. You got to be happy about that somehow. It's not animated, it's just a piece of meat hanging there. Drink its blood. Doesn't that make perfect sense, kids? They're like, no, where do we go? I don't know. It's up to you. Oh, this is spirulina, by the way. I have spirulina and chlorella, and I don't know. Maybe you help me with a tiny bit of the muscles that I'm supposed to have. The thing that the things that God is trying to give us. Boy, is it being cut back 99.9%, it seems like. And it's like, really, is this what I'm left with? Yeah, and that's your name forever. Wow, I guess so. Sure, I can handle it. Some people know what they're doing with the ah sound. Shauna. Hey, we're still doing Venus and Leo, late degree. I'll check out the number right now. Do we have an ephemeris? Uh-oh, here she goes again. Trying to get into the ephemeris in front of people. Hey, it's not that hard. I mean, you know how the computer so-called remembers. There's a lot of things I can say, a lot of discrepancies. It says 100%. This thing's fucking royally wasting our time. Of course. It's like, did you see it degrade right in front of you compared to 10 years ago? Yes. Well, if not, you're not paying attention. A lot of people don't know how to pay attention, let alone notice anything going on around them. And that doesn't help. Um, they're a great. They provide a. I just figure it's like, okay, cool. I don't want to have anything to do with the program of the backdrop society, whatever that is, the bubble poppers. They're now it's like talk. They don't have it. The thing is nowadays is they don't really have the continuity of mind to put anything together, because nothing makes sense. Let's get back to the common sense thing. They don't have it. They have none. So if you have babes and if you want to know what that is, I'm telling you, I would love to. I will. I'm just going to turn this whole thing into a class of it's just using your words right. Do you know what you're saying when you say reality? And common sense would be a thing that we share that is reality. If I was to say they are synonyms, of course that's a synonym, you know? And so is the truth. In reality, that's the only thing. You have kids. They know it. They're like, and where's that, mommy? Now. Run for your lives. Right now, ladies. Do it if you can. It's the future, too. And all synonyms. These are just words. And then here comes the atheist. Let's look at the atheist words. Tear it apart. At heist. Ah, they've taken your faculties. They're robbing you. They're robbing you. You think there is no you. I mean, to the nth degree, the narcissist has no self-value there, and they just say, and as far as common sense and the truth, I don't belong to that crew. Like, that's too bad because it's fun. Believe it or not, this life is fun when you kind of grab onto some of it. I mean, boy, you want to stay away from people. Did I start out with that? Stay away from low lives, man. But when they start poisoning things next to you, God, then you start getting a protest. You start being a protester. Innocently, I was trying to look at, here it is, I went through the motions. It's October. See, we have Venus and Leo still. And one of my good friends who we had a great time together on the stage, I mean, Micheal Jackson has a 24-degree Leo, Venus. And that's where it is now. 24, 23, 26. It's going to start skipping away here, and Thursday is the last of the Venus and Leo. And of course, Venus and Leo, that Venus represents our love and what we value and what we derive pleasure from. And if you have it in Leo, it means you like who's on the stage. You like to be just soothed by a good entertainment center. Really, you go to plays and you watch the orchestra and you are dressing up and going to, or you were probably like Micheal Jackson doing the moonwalk and saying, I need woohoo. And so I have it kind of naturally there in the 5th house, and it's trine Neptune, my Neptune. This is the later degree. I'm really 14 degree, but there it is, going by out of my 5th house and by romance and hugs and kisses. Now we're going to go do what? Well, now we're going to go into, for everybody really, when I'm talking about this, it goes into Virgo because I have natural houses. 1st house rules Aries, and Mars ruled Aries. 2nd house is Venus and Taurus. It means the same thing. All 12 houses, all 12 signs. So now we're moving Venus from the 5th house of Leo into the 6th house of Virgo. And my cat is getting excited about her balls and her pillow that she has. I just love her so much. She's going to be going on 17 years old, but she's still acting like a kitten. Just a little kind of like a sack of bones going on. And I'm going to go buy her some chicken, some dark meat chicken. But she can eat that. Even the non-GMO, she'll reject some of it, but she eats some. It's really tough, babes. That's the way you need to look at these animals are canaries in coal mine, and if they can't eat the human food, what do you think it's doing to you? Anyway, I was trying to talk about, as Venus goes out of Leo, coming up, when it does simultaneously, supposedly it's going to grab the hand of Black Moon Lilith, who is in Leo, going into Virgo. I think the last time Black Moon Lilith was in Virgo was in 2005, if I'm right, or 2015. I could be totally wrong and right too, but no, it was so at least 5 years or so that it's been that way. So they're both, Black Moon Lilith is the part of the well, they say it's like, well, it's kind of missing. They casted her out, even of the story of the Bible. She is the one who didn't get on her knees and be obedient to the patriarchy, like say Adam, and which is not really going on. But this is a strange story to even mention. It's like, well, why does that even exist? Well, There it is. This is creating your religion that says, cast out. That was like, it starts with casting out, hang up the feminine quality, which is really mysterious. It seems to be, who knows? I mean, I don't think it's all that bad. It's just, we give birth to all of civilization. That's all. We are portals through which the human potential is coming. Really, we don't say that. Like I said, babes, this is, stuff we got to look into, and I would suggest too. And but science does, psychologists and all kinds of spirituality talks about this. It's like, well, we have to seek our own enlightenment. We have to seek our to turn ourselves on as human apparatus. It's kind of a delicacy here. And the way that happens is that you're around love. I mean, really, what it is that you're evolving into love. You're becoming love. And see, you're not necessarily born that way. This is now pointing at enlightenment. I mean, some people, okay, in the East, like maybe baby Jesus was born enlightened, and it's like the truth is like you are born enlightened. You see, now let's rephrase this. Many people don't know that they're born enlightened, and before they even know that there is a subject matter of having your rights to say your own common sense and your own faculties, and to log on to this fucking application here where it's reality and you are interacting all five and there's the truth and you're handling things, perhaps, and um, uh, we are vacated of that curiosity. We are vacated of that. We are. It's like abused out of us. It's fucking malnourished away from us. It's encouraged away that we do not get into that very space, which is our creative life, which is now, which is just, it's your enlightenment. Are you born here or not? See, that's where the saying of being reborn is coming from. In case you want to know, there's like at least another one birth you need to have, and that is to become realized of your real life, which your breath is involved, and if you're lucky, it's kind of already happening, but we're going to keep going and going, and this is where, as it increases, that we figure out our true power here, which is a lot more than I can say right now in this little crunch here of excitement. But as the sun rises, I'd like everybody to know it's like, yes, we're going to see also that split happening with other people that are just technically that's they didn't hear anything I said the last 10 minutes, or at least the last 7. In fact, there's an eye roll happening. And it's like, well, yeah, that's the faction that might not be having a very good time, and I don't want to hang around. There is no alignment. It's not that I don't like you guys, but it's like, might be a little on that. We can't afford. We want to be healthy. We want to stay healthy, and it's not the environment that I'm talking about, really. I mean, well, if it's asphalt, you want to, God, I don't know. What are you doing now? Find out how to counteract that shit, But people are able. What laid the asphalt? People, blah, blah, blah. I can see there, like, it's just going to keep coming more and more, this banter with the oncoming Pluto and Aquarius, more and more. People are not going to like to hear it. So what? It's coming. We're going to awaken, and we're going to be able to verbalize so that a 4-year-old can understand if they're getting some information, or a 6-year-old at least, with words. That how simple, like what we can see across the board, that was so hard. It was so hard to even begin to articulate. It's so overwhelming to even think it's happening, blah, 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 blah. So then, and this includes, what is money doing? What is money up to? We are going to start operating on a feeling, getting back to our breath and the now, which that's where, like, the the existential reality speaks to you, and it's pure joy, it's bliss. There isn't any way that it can happen. It's like, talk about getting back to the childlike frequency, which is, I'm going to post this at about 28 degree Venus, but it's actually at 24. on the same degree that Micheal Jackson has his Venus at that degree. And a friend of mine who I had a lot of fun playing, she was wanting to play music, and so she dragged me around, right? And I'm kind of, I didn't appreciate the backdrop kind of feel, really, but you would have to be that if you want to, if you don't want to degrade your own fucking material by, in fact, the backdrop society, doing Mustang Sally or trying to emulate Led Zeppelin. And not that I'm against emulating a master or something, but you better sound like them and shock the hell out of people, but then go back to yours and say, and then we're doing now, right? Yes, now, mommy. Um, Poor kids out there, poor kids. Talking about it, I mean, from the bottom of my heart. Um, the kind of person I really am, even though I don't have kids. A lot of people misunderstand me completely. I'm misunderstood by these people. So what it is kind of like Jesus. Jesus, were you misunderstood or were you fucking accepted? I mean, the gang loved you, right? You're the king, so what do? You get the shish kebab. That makes the perfect sense. I mean, I'm gonna go get something from the breakfast hall from those people. Must be stewing something up great. Shh. Well, I'll pass. But you can bump each other with information. That's what entertainment's all about. It's like, look at that person just doing the moonwalk, flying through the air, literally sailing. Our perceptions are sailing with that person. Now we are walking 2 feet off the ground if we're going for a walk outside and we want to jog around or do exercises, and keep our vibrational frequency on high, babes. It's kind of it's not people think it's a war, but it's like, no, it's a fucking mistake. And when you make a mistake and you don't correct it, there's more mistakes going to happen, and that mistake could be that saying that it's not a mistake. And so now people that are trying to correct, it's looking like fucking chaos. And um, the way that you cannot correct the people, and I'll try to just stay away from saying that it's a people problem, but it really is. Uh, and they pay, babes. The ones that are like, why do I have to pay? See, this is the thing. Is like, this can't happen. See, today I have to try and dispatch a darn inspector to come and just look at these stupid asphalt and let them know that they're wrong about that. And if it escalates into some kind of environmental disaster thing, I mean, I would love to do that because, I mean, really, for me, I mean, I should. It's been, it's been messing with my health. I mean, I can tell them, look, I'm already suffering from PTSD. Who isn't? Living in this society of fucking bullies and bullshit fucking happening to you right and left, and you're trying to heal. On top of trying to heal from all these people saying it's not even existing, it's not even happening. It's like, fuck. Mercy. We're going to be able to communicate more. We're going to be able to communicate more what is really going on as far as, because there are sensitive people, and it's like, can we stop now? This is like we're in a boxing ring and we have to just take a break, go into our corners and going, these people technically, they're fucking crazy. They're not even playing by the same rules. No, that's true. It is. Are you going to get your own constitution? Get your own constitution? You can simplify. You can simplify it to hell if you can. You can say, man, that's nice that you made your own We the People and everything. Of course, we want our common sense to be able to be turned on and get like the maximum of our of so-called intelligence because it's our rights. But who give themselves the right to block off others and completely remove one spectrum and now enjoy your freaking desolate deserts? And why is the water ever poisoning? And we don't really get that very good nourishment of our foods. And why does there continue to be illnesses that don't get solved? And more illnesses compounding from what business and whose business is it? And why can't we have our own business? Goodbye.